know that I am a huge theater nerd. I'm pretty new to the camp community, actually. I only have about 4 years of experience in the camping world, but I have 14 of experience in theater. And so it's been really fun for me to look at ways that like the camp director job correlates to my training in theater. So I was a trained stage manager, which basically, if you don't know what that is, are the person in charge of keeping a show consistent and keeping everything working the way it's supposed to and together. And so there's a lot of things that I found in my stage manager training that I think could be helpful in the theater, or in the camp setting. And so the first thing is, when I was trained in college, one of the first things they talked to us about is, as a stage manager, you want to make yourself replaceable. And I find that a lot of camp directors do the opposite, not necessarily on purpose, but I think it's one of those things that we don't always have the time to do that. And I'm saying this as I've never been able to fully do this as a camp director yet, so I'm still working on it. But we were taught as a stage manager to live in the if I were to get hit by a bus mentality. So like, you're running a show and I get hit by a bus, I can't come in to stage manage it anymore, and Dana's gonna come in and do it for me. Is my paperwork in a place where she could come in and do that? And from what I have seen at the camps that I have worked at and some of the other camp directors I've talked to, that's usually not something that could be done easily. And so I found a couple different pieces of paperwork that I use in the theater world that I think would be helpful to help you fulfill that if I were to get hit by a bus mentality. And so the one on the left is a responsibility distribution, and that's something that stage management teams do anytime you get together and you're starting a show. So you break down everything that has to happen in rehearsal, in tech rehearsals, and performances, and then you put a date with it. As you can see, some of them have a specific date, some happen every day, and then some say as needed, and things like that. But it breaks down who's responsible for what. And I know that some camps have a little bit of this, or they have like job descriptions, but in my experiences, there hasn't always been like a direct written down what all is